Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Dr. Nazeer from the Ministry of Health. Today I'll be presenting to you my research findings on attention deficit hyperactivity disorder among 6 to 10-year-olds in Colombo district, Sri Lanka. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder, or in short ADHD, is the most common neurodevelopment disorder of childhood with substantial functional impairment and comorbidities. Although once considered a disorder that dominated the developed world, since of late, the concept of ADHD has emerged in other countries across the world. However, there is very little information known regarding ADHD in Sri Lanka. Therefore, the current study aimed at determining the prevalence and associated factors of attention deficit hyperactive disorder among 6 to 10-year-olds in Colombo district, Sri Lanka. A descriptive cross-sectional study was conducted among 1,125 primary school children aged 6 to 10 years from single and medium state schools in Colombo district. A multi-stage stratified cluster sampling technique was employed to select schools from two educational zones where 20 students from each class were selected randomly. Prevalence was assessed by administering the validated singular version of SNAP-4 scale to both the primary caregivers as well as to the class teachers, following which the child was subjected to a clinical assessment by a consultant child and adolescent psychiatrist to confirm diagnosis. Moving on to results, most of the study population came from a family structure where both biological parents were present, where in most cases, the mother was the primary caregiver. Most of them were eldest in their families and had only one sibling. Majority of the study population were males and consisted mainly of 7 to 8-year-olds with a median age of 8 years. Moving on to prevalence, the overall prevalence of any type of ADHD was 6.5%, with a 95% confidence interval of 5.1 to 8.1, with ADHD combined variety being the commonest. These findings were well in line with other studies that were published in the literature. Expectantly, the male preponderance was observed with a marked female to male ratio of 1:4 as depicted in table 2. Coming to age groups, the commonest age to have received a diagnosis of ADHD was 7 to 8 years. Younger age display more hyperactivity symptoms than inattentive symptoms, and is more pronounced in home settings than at school, and considerably overlaps with normal behavior, which makes diagnosis rather difficult. Similarly, older age group with weaned out hyperactivity, inattention symptoms are more prominent than hyperactivity symptoms, and they are more pronounced in school than at home as it impairs academic performance. Therefore, the middle years, the 7-8 years, however, they exhibit both symptoms in both settings, which makes diagnosis rather easier and are more picked up by both the parents as well as the teachers. That's probably why the prevalence was highest in that particular age group. We also looked at associated factors that could be associated with the ADHD. Findings revealed that being male, as well as having a mother of lower educational level, as well as coming from a home from a lower income level, were associated with development of ADHD. In conclusion, given that in a classroom of 20 students, at least one child could be detected with ADHD, a school-based screening program that enables early detection and a timely referral of children with ADHD is the need of the hour. Thank you. Thank you so much.